liked how we played tonight. 3 games last weekend. We gave them a couple days off, so we were, as a staff, we were anxious to see where our legs would be because it's a short week for us. And I thought we had great legs early in the game, and everything was fine until the start of the third. There, where we had 1 minute to left on a penalty kill, and then 2 penalties were called on us, and that kind of put us back on our heel. And that's NCAA hockey. As well as we were playing, we were on the verge of getting knocked out of that game. So, but these 2 guys, Jack Kashan had his best game of the season tonight. That's the Jack we know. And Palings have a little magic in this building. It was great for Nick to get that.
Questions for the student athletes?
A strong performance on the penalty kill, going 4 for 5 tonight. What was working so well?
I think just we stayed with what we talked about all week. Just one guy we wanted hunting the puck, getting all over their guys, and the other guy just protecting the middle of the ice. And I think our D-men back there did a great job stepping up at their guys in the blue line, and I think that we did a good job just not letting them get into the zone.
Yeah, I'd say same thing. Blocking shots is probably a big part of that too.
Can you guys talk about Cam Johnson's play and how you were able to regroup at the start of the overtime? Because he made some really big saves on Icy Mont and Robbie Jackson in the second to keep North Dakota in the game.
Yeah, it's kind of a common theme in our league with the goalies. They're all really good goalies, and there's a few times where we had a wide open net and he would jump, sprawl across the crease, and I think he had one on Fitzgerald, backdoor wide open net, and he made a pretty amazing save, and everybody's watching up at the Jumbotron. We got to just keep on powering pucks on net. Coach kept on saying, just keep on shooting at them, and hopefully a field goal in.
Nick, could you go through your winning goal? How it happened?
I think we just got out on the ice. I think we were trying to get it deep or something like that, and their D-man kind of tried getting it out of the zone, and it came right to me, and I tried to cut into the middle a little bit to create an angle and just shot it, and I guess got a little bit lucky.
Jack, when they score in the third period, kind of late in that game. Did you guys kind of regroup after that? It seemed like you guys weren't real phased by that.
Yeah, all year, we've been grinding the third period. We're probably one of the better teams in the third period in this country. Which says a lot about our training in the off season. I know a lot of guys are committed in the off season, and when we come to St. Cloud, we're ready for the season. So that was a big part. And when they score to tie it up, it was like nothing really happened. We just kept on looking at each other and saying, "Who's got the next one?" So Nick obviously popped that one, and I don't think there's any luck about that. He got a great shot.
Either player, North Dakota's back was against the wall, and that was the big talk about their motivation. You guys were in a different position. What did you feel like was your top motivation as far as, was it, getting to Sioux Falls, improving your seed? What, maybe knocking North Dakota out?
I think we just want to be our best every night, and we know that we're automatically in the NCAA tournament, but the minute you start letting up, that's when bad things start happening. We don't want bad things going into the NCAA tourney, so we want to make sure we're prepared every night and ready to go going into the tourney.
Jack, it seemed like it took you guys a few minutes to kind of get going, this afternoon. But at the same time, it seemed like you had pretty good energy throughout the game. Did you feel that? I guess even in warm-ups. Did you feel good? I guess going into the game.
Yeah, North Dakota comes out hot every game they play. Their first 10 minutes, they're banging bodies on the net. They're pretty physical, but I think when I took a nap today and I woke up feeling great. You just kind of got that feel when you're stepping into the rink. This great facility and a great crowd. Even though most of the crowd is North Dakota guys, they still give us some pretty good fans. So I felt pretty great. But a lot of guys on our team really stepped up to play today, and that was a big part of our win tonight.
Jack, can you talk about Hrennick's play and how it helps you guys defensively? I mean, he stopped a couple breakaways and he was up matching Johnson's save for a lot of the game. I mean, does it help you guys settle down defensively?
Yeah, he gives us a lot of confidence. He's been great all year. I mean, all of our goalies, even in practice, they battle their butts off in practice, and there's never an easy goal, even in practice. So when we had that breakaway, I don't think a lot of guys were really worried. He stayed his ground and made that save look pretty easy. I don't know if I could have reacted to that puck the way he did. So he's been great all year, and I think we could have put either of our goalies in tonight and would have been the same.
Yeah, Bob, was there anything in particular you said to the team before overtime to get them prepared?
No, you know, we've kind of found ourselves in overtime a handful of times right now. So you're not going to come in and overdo anything, and you just want to get them off their feet, just kind of clear their mind and get back to playing our hockey and play on our toes and be aggressive. You know, don't sit back. And I felt we were off our game a little bit in the third after they tied it, and I thought we came out. It didn't go very long, but our first shift we had a handful of opportunities. We came back on our toes in the overtime, and it's just the guys react. They know it has to be done. There's no coaching and going into overtime.
And Nick, you want a state title here, scoring this goal, I mean, is it rank anywhere near, I guess, that, or, I mean, kind of put this in perspective a little bit. You've had some pretty good success here at this building.
Oh yeah, this goal definitely ranks with that. Jack Rhino and I have had a lot of fun in this building, and it feels good to be back. We kind of know our ways around here, so I don't know. It was a good goal. Had good ones in high school, but I would say with this group of guys, it's definitely a different feeling, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Jack, anything you guys need to, anything you need to change going into tomorrow night's championship game? Anything you need to keep going?
No, I would say, the whole model this year is just play our hockey. Get pucks behind the defensemen, whoever we're playing, work hard, and, we've been blocking shots a lot in the playoffs, and that's a big part of our success. Having 3 games last week against Miami, there was plenty of times where they could have got a puck on net, and either a forward or a defenseman's jumping in front of it. And playoff hockey, that's a big part of winning, just jumping in front of pucks no matter where you're on the ice. So I'd say not change a thing and just keep rolling.
Anything else for the student athletes? Okay. Nick and Jack, thanks.
Thank you.
Head back. And questions for Coach?
Coach, you had 2 overtime games against Miami last week. Do you think that may have helped your players reset in between the third and fourth period, and knowing that you'd already kind of run through that gauntlet a little bit?
I think so. At least you're not nervous and you've been there, and you just went through 2, and we had one with North Dakota the week before that, and I did say that last week that a high percentage of games in NCAA playoffs go in overtime, and to live a few, I can do nothing but help as long as you win them.
With Jack Ashan today, I mean, what all he kind of
Wow.
provide for you guys, and it seemed like he was kind of a spark plug for you guys today.
I tell you what, I want this to come out right with Jack. I mean, he's a tremendous player, and sometimes this year, and I want this to come out the right. Like, you have a sophomore little slump at times, and he's been fighting some things at time, and then we'd see it in spurts. He was at his best tonight again, and I'm just so happy for him to get that feel back, and that's because he's a high energetic, tough kid, and you got to feel that as an athlete, and I mean right away at the start of the game how he's handling the puck and jumping up into the play, and that's what we want him to. He has a green light to play hockey, and that's when he's his best. He's a running back. We want him charging across the line of scrimmage every chance he gets and make plays. And we were really excited after the first period. Our staff said, "There's Jack. Good. It's a good time of year to get him back to his A game."
And Coach, was there ever any concern about North Dakota having some desperation in this one where you guys maybe didn't? Did you have to give a certain pitch to your team about, what they needed to grasp onto?
No, I just, this is the 17th year now that I've been in the league with North Dakota. And the media, there was a question that, the radio guy asked me before, with their backs against the wall, do you think you're going to see more intensity? I started laughing. Like, you ever think you're not going to get an intense game from North Dakota? Like, I don't know if you can be more intense, and that's a compliment to their program. So I think it's a silly question because they play that way all the time. I don't know if you have a measuring stick at intensity, but that green team plays with it. So you were going to get it either way. I mean, even if they were the number 1 seed or they weren't seeded at all. That's a prideful program, and so we never ever talk to our team about like their backs are against the wall. We're playing North Dakota. We know exactly how the game is going to go, and sometimes we win them, and sometimes you lose them. But that's what a rivalry does. You beat each other up, and we're creating that with them.
Bob, talk a little bit about the start you guys had. Very good puck handling early that led to the goal by Newell.
Yeah, I thought our start tonight was, we did talk about, there's 2 North Dakotas, the first 10 minutes and then the rest of the game. And the first 10 minutes, its own game. Always with them. And you've got to manage the first 10 minutes. And one of the things we said is to manage it, we can play our game too. And I felt that, they had a couple shots and Mikey had one, might have been on the power play from the side, and we didn't shoot a couple times, but I could see us trying to find our game. Then that shift with Jack, but that whole shift with Lazat and Mikey, and then Newell finishing it off was I thought a critical shift for us to get our bench going. Okay, we can play tonight. Let's go.
In the third period, North Dakota took control for a little bit. And you guys had an extended shift where Lazat was pretty tired.
Yep.
How do you coach through that situation, not call timeout?
Well, I'm trying to get our guys ready too for the NCAA, and sometimes I do it on purpose. I let them play tired to know how to do it, how to react. I didn't want to bail them out on a timeout. If it were an NCAA game, I might have used my timeout at that time, but I like to do that a lot of times to if you're going to win big at the end, you can't bail them out. And if we ice the puck or throw it over the glass, you have to learn and have to be prepared to defend tired. And that was the reason that we let them go. And we had the 1 minute shorthanded to start the period, then 2 penalties were called back to back on us. And so, we wore down just a tad there, and then we were trying to fight it back. And then you got into the end of the game where it was close to the vest for both teams. I like that we came back on our toes in overtime. Sorry for the long answer.
When Ryan went into the boards, he was initially really shaken up, but a few minutes later, he did not seem fazed by it. How was he doing?
He got pounded around out there tonight. He's going to be fine. I mean, we just came off a very physical series with Miami, and that's what I was most excited about tonight with our team right now is and I said it coming in, and I'm answering 2 things with one here. You're going to get banged around and knocked over, but our staff believes our team is very fresh right now. And I think tonight was a good indication to play 3 and come back against North Dakota and really, a lot of the times match intensity. And that's kind of been our team all year. So Ryan will be fine. I don't see any. I know he'll be fine.
Coach, you were talking about the importance of that shift in the first period, but the second period also with Easton's goal. I mean, North Dakota had some momentum after Nick Jones wraparound, and he kind of stopped it in its tracks with that and seemed to dominate the rest of the second period. So can you talk about that?
Yeah, that was they had scored. We had a little breakdown. We could have made a couple plays, making plays, and we didn't. We kind of shoveled the puck out in the neutral zone, and they were able to I think it was Jones that came wrapping around with some speed and beat us on to the back post there. Could have set us back a bit. And I believe it was the next shift. We had pucks, we were getting chances, and it was a critical to counter like that and steal the momentum back. And it was just, we just couldn't get the third goal, and we had a number of opportunities. Their goalie made some great saves on ice amount, and Newell tried to go 5-hole on the breakaway, and Mikey had him beat, and he's throwing pads everywhere. And I felt there were times we could have, but that's the championship goalie that held him in there, so we couldn't get the third one.
Any other questions?
All right.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
All right.